Hey everybody, Trey here with a very important preamble. So we've gone 15 weeks strong without a single break. Every single week, Sid and I had a podcast episode we released. However, that will sadly come to an end as for around 10 days or so, I'm going to be on vacation with my family. There will be no episodes on next Tuesday or the following Tuesday, but we will return the Tuesday after those 2 Tuesdays, so don't worry. Also, quick update on the Pianta 6 world record history video. I've almost finished stitching together all the voiceovers, and hopefully I will finish that before going on vacation. Either way, that video is not going to be done for at least a couple more months, probably, so be patient. Anyway, here's Sid with an explanation on 2v2 Lockout Bingo, because that'll be pretty important to know for this episode.
Preamble number 2. Hi, I'm Sid. I'm here with the duty of explaining what 2v2 Lockout Bingo is. Just, you know what, out of the blue, thought we'd do it as a preamble just before any random... Actually, we're going to talk about bingo this episode, so I need to explain some bingo shit at the beginning of this episode. Bingo in Super Mario Sunshine consists of a bingo card that has 25 total goals in it. You and a partner in 2v2 Lockout Bingo have to work together, 2 separate gameplays, to get 13 goals before your opponent. It's Lockout Bingo, so whoever gets the goal first gets that goal. It's locked out from the other people that you are facing. And that is a quick summary of what 2v2 Lockout Bingo is. Before we talk about the bracket, we don't really talk about it until later on, so we did this preamble in preparation for said episode. Welcome to the episode. Oatflaker's here. We're going to talk a little bit about the bingo bracket. Enjoy the show. Welcome, everybody. It's Video Games Are Hard, episode 15. We have a guest this week.
Yo.
But welcome back. Welcome back to the podcast. That's him saying yo.
That was not me saying yo, but I'm Average Trey. I'm here too. But
yeah, and I'm
Sid.
Sid.
Would guys like to introduce himself?
Hey guys, I'm Oatflaker, the sunshine zooming god, the god of the zoomers.
Zoomin'.
God of bingo. Soon to be god of 120 shines.
Future God of 120 shines.
Hello.
So the reason that this episode was going to be so hyped, so last week I did a little bit of a buffer. Before we even asked Oat to be on the podcast, all right? I was like, this is going to be a hype-ass episode because we're planning to get Oat. And Ramato is going to be so happy that Oat's here because all we're going to talk about, or we're going to talk about a lot, is bingo. We're going to talk about a lot of bingo. January 20th, the bingo tournament starting on Speed Gaming.
Yep.
Right.
And our first seeded player, or one of the players on the first seeded team, is Oatflaker.
Oatflaker and Guy.
Oatflaker and Guy.
Wait, so he actually is a bingo god? What the hell?
He's a bingo god. He's relatively new on the scene, a zoomer, if you will. One of the zoomers.
Yep. We will classify the generational terms of Sunshine players when we talk about the relay race that just happened today. So, or not
Trey and
later.
I are boomers.
Definitely boomers.
Mm-hmm. Trey and I are formerly first seeds. We were first seeds last tournament.
You were.
The tables have turned.
And now we're fourth seed.
The bingo tournament that happened, it was roughly, was it a year ago?
A year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago. Yeah, Sid and I were the first seeds, and we're handing off the torch to some zoomers of Sunshine.
Dude, everybody's just skipping over us. Now we're fourth.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, that's partially because we're not playing as much nowadays, but yeah, we're also kind of washed up.
I'm grinding some 96.
You're grinding for your life. I'm sort of coming back, but we'll see how that goes.
Anyway, welcome Oatflaker to the podcast.
Yo. Thanks for having me. Cool to be here.
Pleasure to have you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do you guys want to talk about the relay at all that happened today?
Yeah, we can start with that.
Yeah.
So basically, to introduce what the relay was, for the first time in a while, the Sunshine community did a relay race on twitch.tv/Sunshine community. It was an 80% relay race, 3 teams of 6, and it had a theme this time rather than just like balancing the teams perfectly. The theme was the generations of Sunshine. We got Team Boomer, Team Humor, and Team Zoomer. And I was on Team Boomer, obviously, the old players. It's not by how old you literally are. It's actually by how long you've been around Sunshine speedrunning. And it was categorized like the boomers started pre-GBS. The Yoomers were between GBS and 3YG discovery, so like 2014 to 2016 territory. And then Zoomers were anytime past that. So
Probably confusing to a lot of people that Ouija was a boomer, considering he's like 16 or 17. I don't know.
Ouija has been around surprisingly long, but he really didn't super take off. I guess like the first time he made a statement in speedrunning was his first 16-star world record.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So would Feck have been? See, that's kind of where my perspective was looking at it. I was just like, oh, Ouija's a boomer. Feck's also a boomer then, right?
He
He would have been a Yoomer. He was in the Yoomer team, but
yeah.
I don't know exactly.
He was
I thought
like
he was a
barely
boomer.
Yoomer status, but actually Fetch couldn't make it, so Blood Whale covered for him.
Oh, cool.
Which makes more sense because Blood Whale actually is like definitively a Yoomer. So
See, I'm gonna be honest with the viewers at home. I did not watch the relay. I was sleeping.
he was
I was
sleeping.
in my head.
I was very tired. And
Don't worry,
I
your
had to
fellow
sleep.
boomers have failed you. But Oatflaker here on Team Zoomer, they won. Isn't that right?
We did win by like a whole minute.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And it was only because you were carried by RNG, of course.
Yeah.
The whole way.
I mean, we were kind of carried, but we still would have won even if RNG was.
Nah, I'm all
equivalent.
right. I think both of our teams had pretty decent RNG for the most part.
Yeah, it was definitely above average for sure.
So which segment did you cover and how do you think you did?
I did a Pin Apart segment, of course the hardest world, also one
would
of the
agree.
shortest segments. But I think I did all right. I want to do better, but I think I did better than Paper did, the Team Boomer Pin player.
Did you have any like noticeable or notable mistakes at all? I don't really remember.
Yeah, Mecha Bowser. I had Syrian Mecha Bowser, went all the way around the coaster.
Syria Mecha.
Oh. Serious.
Yeah.
That's one of those Zoomer terms. I don't really hear that too much.
Yeah, it's because you go to Syria, all the way around.
Fair enough.
Well, it's like 10 seconds from that, but other than that, it was pretty good.
Other than it being Pinno, that's a stressful segment because you start off immediately with Honey Skip,
Yeah, I was really
which
scared.
is pretty stressful.
Yeah, I really did not want to start off my segment by missing that. Luckily, I got it, so that was cool.
Yep.
My other segments, Pin at 3 was all right. Got like a 122. Pin at 4 got fast one cycle. And EYG was good. Saved like a
Oh yeah, Pinno 4, you really caught up because
yeah.
Paper had like a third cycle Pinno 4 or something. It was rough.
Yeah, I saved like a whole like 25 seconds on him in that one shot.
Unfortunate for us.
Did every team put the worst player on their team on Rico?
No, not Team Zoomer.
No.
We put Neb, well, technically Saro is the worst player, but because he was playing on PAL, we put him on Serena. Had to be,
That was super woke, by the way.
yeah, tactical. We were thinking that maybe you would play on NTSCU if you were doing Serena.
I didn't even think of that until people started talking about it during the relay. I was like, shit, he's gonna have an advantage on me on Serena 6.
And
Because
Serena
for those who
1.
don't know, Serena 6 is basically a lot more lenient on non-Japanese versions, and it saves roughly 8 seconds on average, I'd say.
Yep.
But so I think NCSEU has a slight advantage over JP on Serena. I probably should have used that version, but you know what? Screw it.
Not
That's
just
lame.
the Serena 6. PAL has like shorter text than Serena 6, Serena 1, and
Oh yeah,
Serena
but like
2.
I think NCSEU is still slower on text.
Maybe.
Except for
I don't
Serena
know.
6. For some reason, Serena 6, the guy you talk to has like 2 text boxes on NTSEU.
Yep.
But on JP, I don't know what the hell he's saying, but he has like 5 sets of text boxes.
He does.
Like, what are you saying? It's like clean the beach, clean the beach. Oh, by the way, clean the beach. Okay, also clean the beach. Okay, go.
Now
that
that
what
I'm
it's
playing
saying?
on Jay, it's so noticeable. Like all the text box differences is so noticeable. So
It's like-
when you get into Serena 6 and he talks 5 text boxes, I'm just like, how many text boxes does this asshole have?
I'm really curious what he's saying there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember when I switched to JP and I did like Serena 1, my fingers would get tired from mashing.
Mhm.
Like he talks for an absolute eternity.
Disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It's like like in comparison to every other level, because I recently started playing on Jay. I this past week I've started playing on Jay.
Congrats on that, by the way. Congrats.
Oh yeah, I should note that I helped you set that up.
Yeah,
Nice.
Trey,
You're welcome.
Trey Trey was up late helping me set that up by watching a YouTube video.
I was the good
And-
Samaritan. I used the exact same YouTube videos I used years ago to set it up. They're still up on YouTube. I literally just watched them through, helped Sid out step by step. Being an uber elite hacksaw, putting homebrew on his Wii and preloader.
Woo!
The region unlock his Wii and play whatever the hell he wants.
I don't quite have practice codes, but it'll
come in time.
Come in the future,
Couple
and then
years down the road.
I'll do all the hundreds that everybody wants me to do on the practice code leaderboards. But anyway, like going through all the levels because I had to do a dry run through. Like there are differences that a lot of people don't talk about, like eel, but the text box is it's hard to like get the muscle memory for text boxes. You don't realize how much muscle memory you get accustomed to for like certain versions, but when you switch, you're just like, oh, I'm doing one text box, and then you're just like, oh shit, there's two text boxes, and then you have to adjust back to the muscle memory afterwards. It's really awkward. But
yeah, I literally switched to JP like pretty shortly after my AGDQ 2015 run, which was literally 5 years ago. Goddamn.
yeah,
It's been 5 years. What the hell?
almost.
I am old. Holy crap. But yeah, so I've had JP for the vast majority of my speedrunning career, so I'm pretty used to it now. But Sid claims, and I still don't buy it, eel is easier. Like, you have more time to clean the teeth the first way through on non-Japanese versions.
Yep.
I don't buy that. I've never
never heard
For
that
sure.
before.
Never heard
For
of that.
sure.
Even
Oatflaker,
Sam-
I thought
even-
Oatflaker
dude,
was on my side
I've
until
never
just now.
thought that, man.
Yo.
It-
Even
it
I
is
was
so
telling
true.
Samurai Man this. Even Samu disagreed with that.
It's true.
But
I don't know what you guys are
I need to see
smoking.
like hard evidence.
It's tighter. You have a tighter window to spray
Maybe
all
you
6
just
teeth.
suck now.
No, I don't. Like a week. See, okay. So I am in perpetual derust. This is the meme. Like I always like do like a week of runs and then take a week off or whatever. I took a week off, just like a usual amount of time that I would usually take a break at the beginning of the year, switched to JP, and now eel feels way faster on J. I have not gone back to you to like verify it, but there's so many subtle differences to eel that the fact that there's a faster rotation at the start, it's very noticeable. You have a slightly tighter window, and it makes me have to actually speed up my first cycle.
I never noticed that. Maybe it's because I sucked at eel when I switched. But
That's what
I've
I
never
assumed
heard of
with
that.
everybody. Like
See,
Trey said
that's
the exact same
also-
thing.
If that is true, I think that's also what happened to me. Because like when I first started, I struggled to even get 5 tooth on you because I was so bad.
Yeah.
But
Well,
now it's
like-
like it's different.
When everybody switches to J, from NTSCU or PAL, they have to learn tooth damage. And that's what they're focused on mostly. They're just like, oh, I have to learn tooth damage instead of using air damage or taking advantage of the other versions. I already used tooth damage, so I didn't have to focus on that at all. So I had my my third eye open to everything else. So
Speaking of tooth damage, can we talk about how Samurai Man actually managed to get air damage eel on JP on that relay?
They say Team Zoomer was carried by RNG. Nah. Team Boomer was
It's not
carried
RNG,
by...
but it may as well be because
Yeah.
literally air damage on JP is a total crapshoot when it happens. You have like, I've heard like a 12 to 15 frame window for that to happen, which is, it sounds like a lot. It's basically nothing. So, yeah.
That was hella lucky.
But yeah,
Yeah,
good shit. It wasn't enough for us to win, but you know, we tried our gosh darndest.
See, I was just about to talk about that, or like you talking about that made me want to talk about the frame window for cutscene skip on eel with air damage on JP. When I was playing it, I was just like, "There's no way this is a frame." I've heard people say it's frame perfect.
No. I knew that wasn't true.
Where
it's
where
hard
did that
to-
come from?
As a human, it can be hard to like quantify how short a frame really is, even if it is 30 FPS. The frames are pretty short, so it's definitely like 10 to 15 frames somewhere in
Yeah.
there.
It's like when Mario's glowing red, and he definitely glows red for a shorter time on
It
JP.
seems like about half a second. So
yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, I'm officially on J, and eel is slightly harder on J. So everybody that's good on eel on J, good job for you. Even though nobody
you.
agrees with me on this fact, it's fact.
Even Noki Doki
all right, I'll
didn't
just agree with you
agree.
straight up. I believe you. Whatever.
It's. I swear, you guys got to just go back to you and be like,
Make a
"Wow, this is the
video.
freest shit ever." Because
I want some hard evidence, and I will be on your side, guaranteed.
Same.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this last thing before, and we can get off eel. We can immediately get off eel. We can talk to Oatflaker about him or Bingo or whatever the fuck. I was considering on NTSCU before switching to J late last year. It's early January now. Late last year, I was considering learning TAS Eel on U. Because I was just like, oh, this is actually like kind of free. Like, because I could get the 6th tooth and then I had a little bit more time and spray the other tooth or whatever. And that's why the immediate question after I started playing NTSCJ, it's like, does Samu play on PAL? Because then it makes sense, like, why he's able to do TAS Eel.
No, not playing on
That's
PAL.
why I was so impressed when he was able to do TAS Eel on J. Because I was just like, oh shit, J's harder.
Yeah, Samu's pretty good at Eel.
So I was considering it. I was considering going for TAS Eel on U, but then switching to J, I'm like, I can barely get 6. So that's the
Screw
difference.
that.
So that's the difference.
TAS Eel also
That's
saves like 1 second or something.
Yeah, but it's worth.
Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit more than that, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's worth it for me.
Yeah.
Worth.
But yeah, as far as my relay experience, I did the Serena segment for Team Boomer. Going into it, I was already like roughly 20 or so seconds behind Sorrow, my opponent at that point, I'd say. I had a decent Manta, better than I thought it would be.
Cutlass.
Nailed Serena 2. My only fear was dying at the end of Serena 2, which didn't happen, so I'm glad about that. Serena 4 didn't die either. King Boo. Actually, so Sorrow ended up dying in Serena 4, so I took the lead. But then I got 2 extra cycles on King Boo while he got 0, and it tied it dead even back up.
Yeah.
So, and then of course the PAL. He's on PAL, so he gets like a 6-second save on me on Serena 6 for free.
Except he didn't quite get it because he messed up real bad. Like, I think he got it was like a 218 or 219.
It was a 223.
Oh, is that what he got? Oh,
Yeah.
That is what he got.
I got a 217, so he saved time on me there.
Okay, he did.
But yeah, so I made up like a tiny bit of time on him, but was still like slightly behind coming out of Serena. And then sadly, you know, it was any man's race between Zoomer and Boomer. Yoomer was pretty far behind at this point, but we'll get to that soon.
Yeah.
And sadly, just Zoomer's guy is a super clutch master. He clutched it out. Samu had a little bit of trouble
with ropes,
but you know,
yeah.
Both teams, Zoomer's got 116, we got 117. So you know, pretty good race times. The Yoomers, you want to say a little on that, Oat? What happened there?
Well, the first thing that happened was Ramato in Pianta 5, he died. How many times did he die? It was like 2 or...
I saw 2.
2 times. That put him...
Pretty significant, though.
Yeah. Did he get early cycle? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Well, Team Boomer and Zoomer got early cycle.
Both of our teams got early cycle as well.
So, not only the deaths come in, but he also didn't get early, so he was already like a minute and a half behind or something going into Pinna.
That's rough.
Yeah. I think SB did fine on the Zoomers and Pinna. And then Go-Go was on Rico. That was kind of hard to watch, man.
See, I had the Yoomers to win.
Really?
I thought the Boomers were gonna be too old and like their hands wouldn't work, you know, because they're old. And then the Zoomers would be like, Reed just like chokes the start, and then.
Oh, you know what's funny? You know what's funny, Sid?
What's up?
So Reed actually had a pretty respectable segment. He had, you know, solid. Actually, everyone fell down Bianco 4, but that was everyone, so it kind of negated that. Other than that, Reed had a pretty solid first segment. Nailed GBS, like we thought he wouldn't, but he did, so good shit, Reed. But he choked in a way that none of us could have ever expected.
Okay.
So supposedly, and Oat knows this firsthand, Reed forgot to say go for like 20 seconds after he finished his segment.
What?
No, he never said go. No, he was never even in the VC.
He just never said go.
No.
Yeah.
We were like, Reed, give the VC. We were trying to message him, but he was just like, apparently he didn't know that he was supposed to do that. So we were just like, all right, Deb, just go when Reed's stream, you know, gets to the text box.
Oh my god.
And we lost so much time from that. I think it was about 20 seconds or something.
And it would have been so funny if we won by less than 20 seconds.
Yeah, that was
hilarious.
We were roasting him like the entire time after that. Like, he was getting pissed off.
Well.
Telling us to stop mentioning
That seems
it.
kind of Reedy. You know, he's so
That's
focused on the
Reedy
run.
thing, yeah.
Definitely a Reed thing to do.
Yeah, he's so focused on doing well in the run that he's just like everything external he's ignoring totally.
Mm-hmm.
Seems about right. Anyway, good job to the Zoomers on the relay race. I'll have to rewatch that.
Yeah, props. I actually I uploaded the whole relay to my YouTube channel just now, so if you want to catch it, if you're listening to this right now, on my YouTube, so check it out.
Yes.
That was pretty fast. Fast upload.
Yeah.
All right. So now that the relay's out of the way, all right, let's talk about Mario Maker 2. No, okay.
No, we can talk about it
Oatflaker.
if you want.
No, we're gonna throw it to Oat. We're gonna talk to Oat.
Oh yeah, we have a
Okay.
guest. Oh yeah, what's up, Oat?
Yeah,
we
I'm
don't
here.
talk about Mario Maker as much on guest episodes. We talk about it a little bit, but not as much. So Oatflaker's here.
Hello.
Welcome to Oatflaker.
Hello.
We're gonna do a brief Oatflaker interview before we start talking about the big Oatflaker shit, namely the bingo tournament coming up.
Oh.
And we're gonna talk about matchups.
Real
and we're gonna talk about stuff. But first, Oatflaker, hi.
Hello.
We've been, I don't know, Trey and I have been like acquaintances with you, or
Yeah.
friends, maybe debatably at this point,
Yeah.
for probably a year and a half at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Since the last bingo tournament, really.
Yeah, we used to play bingos a long time ago, right? Regular bingos.
Yeah, when we used to
Yeah.
bingo.
Yeah.
When you started out, or at least like when I first started knowing of you, we would do a bunch of regular bingos together, and you were actually like, we didn't know who you were, but you were like
Pretty good.
competitive with even like some of the better bingo players. I was like, holy crap, this guy's got potential.
I had potential. I didn't play much 80%.
So when exactly did you start playing Sunshine?
I started September 2017 with my friends. We like my first time. I don't know how it came up, but me and my friends got into our heads that we were doing a sleepover and we were gonna do a sunshine race, a blind sunshine race, because we thought speedrunning was cool, and it was all a game that
You
we
thought
all
it was
played.
cool, but you found out later.
Yeah, then I find out that it's actually the worst hobby you can get into. But so we did a sunshine race blind. I think we tried to like learn GBS like 10 minutes before it started. We watched a couple tutorials, but it was me and my two friends. We did a race. I won. All right, first of all, so I was already like talented.
It was a sign.
Yeah, I got like 3
was
hours.
already
of
talented.
Yeah, I got it was like 3 hours flat. I think I got one of my friends got like 3:30 and the other guy got like 4 hours. But that was my
Okay.
first time, and
So what you're telling me is that you were no Nebulad.
I was not Nebulad. No. I did not get 120 or 125 on my first run. What was it? That's
I think it was well, his first run I think was 125,
his
and then
second
his
run.
second one was like a 120.
Yeah.
See, that's a huge farce. Just to like go on a little bit of a tangent, he was practicing apparently since February, and then he did his first run in like September.
Well, yeah, obviously
Yeah.
that wouldn't be like literally your first playthrough.
That's BS.
Yeah.
You can't
Well, to be
practice for
fair-
7 months and then say your first run. Come on.
All right.
It
Well,
does
to
look
be
good
fair,
to say though.
I sort of had like a similar upbringing than Nebulad. The difference being that I didn't actually stream until a little over a year into my playing of Sunshine, because so my first category I learned was 120 shines, but I didn't want my first run to be like 5+ hours long. So I literally, for the first few months, just practiced the shines, went through each of them, make sure I knew them all, make sure I knew the route. And my first 120 run was a 409. So
See, Oat and I are true OGs because we just went, hey, this game looks okay. I guess
Yeah.
I'll like fuck around with. Oh, let's do a run.
Exactly.
Fuck
see,
it. Let's just
I
go through
knew
the whole game.
early on I wanted to get good. I wasn't just fucking around, you know?
Yeah, no, I know
I
you
was
weren't
fucking
fucking around.
around.
You were practicing. We were fucking around.
Yeah.
Oat and I are the true
I
boys.
should have fucked around more, TBH, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, so you won your race against your friends,
I did. And then
and then you decided that you were going to become a sunshine god.
well, not quite, but we're getting there. I was like, this game is pretty fun. Okay. And my other friend was like, okay, this game's pretty good too. And we did more races. Like, we did maybe like once a week. We would do like IRL races. I would win, of course, every
Of
time.
course.
And somewhere along the way, we got into. I saw bingo videos. I think the first bingo vids I saw were like Bouncy Boy versus Prism triple bingos on his YouTube.
Oh, it's classic.
Yeah, I was like, this is awesome. Like, you pick 3 rows, you have to route out the entire thing, and then me and my friend did bingo races, and of course I would still win. And
But I'm curious. So, did you literally have 3 Sunshine setups, or was this emulator?
well, the first race I think we did emulator. We had one TV, another TV, and a computer, a laptop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, like the conversion from Bingo Pro to 120 router extraordinaire recently. Then, like, I've never really thought about it because, like, you getting into bingo and being so fascinated with the routing, and then converting that to being like, you know what, you guys could just get this blue here instead. You know, idiots. It makes sense.
I've never been the greatest at routing. Literally, what I did when I started playing Sunshine, I to a T, or no, not exactly. So I literally just looked at Samurai Man's and Stelzig's 120 records and just straight up copied them. But I cherry picked parts of the routing I prefer doing. So I just based it on those 2 players.
Yeah, I learned a lot of
But yeah,
routing from bingo, definitely.
So yeah, you've been making some improvements to 120 lately.
Yeah.
Is there a figure to how much you've improved it at this point?
Yeah, I'm curious.
I just call it like 1 minute. Probably a little less
Really?
than that. Maybe like 40 seconds.
That's a
of
lot
Reddit.
considering 120 has had a storied history, as noted by Average Trey's World Record History video quota.
Yeah.
So you personally found 40 seconds purely of routing time save.
Yes. There's Gelato 6100s. That's like,
Oh, right. That's huge.
yeah, that was the biggest one and the first one. It's like 20
you've done it
some
6 now?
seconds. Yeah. So you get the B coins. You make use of the B
Oh, yeah.
coins and
Yeah.
the yellow button on top of the hill. It's really hard to get those coins.
Dude, that yellow button is terrible.
Yeah, I don't know how they expected any casual player to get those yellow coins that spawn on the hill. You have to
Dude,
be a
good luck getting
speedrunner.
like more than half of those casually.
Yeah. But
Literally, like the bunch of coins that lands on the ramp that you slide down.
yes.
That's horrible. I didn't even know this was a thing that you guys did. Like, I knew that those coins existed, but I have always played that level and been like, wow, those are trash.
I was like, wow, these coins have to be a joke, right? Like, there's no way this can be viable.
They are really trash. Like when I was trying to implement it, like I was trying all kinds of like weird strats, and even like in the comparison video, I used like a really like scuffed strat to get those coins. But then we found a better one found by Gregoire to just like ground pound at the bottom of the hill. Makes it really easy. But,
You know what's funny is
Gregoire-
that I remember when Wilco played SMS super long time ago, he actually tried to make Gelato 600s viable, but I think he too ran into the button bottleneck, you could call it.
mhm.
Just too tough.
Button is definitely
All right.
tough.
So, Oatflaker 120 shines router god, improving 120 one day at a time, 1 second at a time, I guess.
Mhm.
Bingo god as of late. Introduced himself essentially to the community as a bingo god.
I did.
Well, before he was like even relevant in the any percent sphere or anything like that. He was a bingo god. Joining the last tournament, playing with Libre.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey man, that
Playing
team was
with
no
Libre.
slouch. In 2 unofficial matches, Oatflaker and Libre defeated the number 1 seed 2 times.
Yeah,
Didn't
we won't
trade.
talk about again who the number 1 seed was. But,
Yeah, hopefully, forgot who that was.
I can't
Yeah,
remember.
so,
Hmm.
they beat them, and then
Whoever those
those
losers
nameless
were.
people. And then they went on to beat their seed, which is an achievement.
Yeah.
So you got like 11th seed, and you ended up being like 7th in the tournament or something like that.
Something like that. I don't quite remember.
But now it's the new and improved Oatflaker
Hmm.
with a new and improved guy,
Mhm.
also a Zoomer. A recent start of Super Mario Sunshine in comparison to everybody else. Like, he's been playing for what, 2 years now?
Something like that, yeah.
But like a year and a half. I think he started in June of 2018. I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. But
I don't know.
But yeah, that's the number 1 seed. We got Paper Oreo. We're going to start talking about the tournament now. So the tournament has been seeded. Everybody's been lined up. Trey and I have joined as the team Are We Retired?
I love that name.
Are we retired?
By the way,
Are we retired?
congrats on that name.
It's a great name. Good job,
we
Phoenix.
knew that, like, as soon as we heard that name, we knew we fucked up with our previous name.
Yeah, just like,
It
we're
was
just
a
going
good
to change our name.
Don't get us wrong, but this is just so much better.
What was the previous name?
Die Hard,
we
the
don't
Christmas
say it.
movie.
Oh, that one. I thought we were talking about the last name that we had.
Oh, we can't mention
we don't
that
talk
one.
about it.
I was thinking of Die Hard, the Christmas movie. I was just confused when I saw that name. Okay, that's definitely a name, a team name right there.
Yeah,
It's a name.
It's more of
alright.
a reference to the podcast than anything else. And
Okay.
so we decided on Are We Retired? Now we're 4th seed, and in between us we have a few seeds. So Oatflaker and Guy being 1st seed, they're waiting. Everybody that's top 8 seeds are waiting a week after the January 20th start time.
We all get a bye, right?
We all get a bye. Luckily for Trey and I, because Trey's actually off has vacation for the next 2 weeks. So actually, we're not doing the podcast for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, originally we were kind of worried that I was going to get back I was going to get back the very last day of round 1 matches, and I was going to be super rusty. We had to fit in that match last second. But luckily we get a bye, so we got the whole next week to worry about it.
So Oatflaker and Guy, 1st seed, 2nd seed, Ramato and Danny.
That's a story.
We're gonna go through and ask if you agree with the seeding.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, I like this.
Ramato and Danny. Ramato basically running the tournament with Urinal Mike.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna do probably a lot of the streaming. He is the voiceless, highly participatory Super Mario Sunshine community member.
That guy loves
Does a lot
bingo.
of the. He does love himself some BingOAT. He's very good at it also, being 2nd seed with Danny. Ramato Danny being 2nd seed.
I think that's correct. Probably.
That's probably right.
Yeah.
I'd say yay to that.
It would be either them or you guys for 1st. That would be the talk.
Yeah.
Right.
I think so.
It'd be Oat and Guy versus Ramato Danny for 1st seed.
Personally, I think that Oat and Guy is a definite 1st, because you got Oat's routing, you got Guy's gameplay.
Yeah, but we don't know how they're gonna mesh.
True. But
Oatflaker can sit here and be like, you know what? I don't think we're gonna lose a fucking game. That's fine. You know
what? I'm on your side now, because you can take 2 great players, put them together. Maybe they don't synergize as well as you'd expect. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, they can be Shadow Mario and Calf in exhibition matches.
Whereas we know that Ramato and Danny synchronize really well. So
because they were in the last tournament.
yeah, it's been proven.
What is this, their 3rd tournament together? Something like that? Maybe?
I don't know the first.
Sounds about right. I have no idea.
But were they in? I guess they weren't in the first 2v2.
They weren't in the 2014 one, no.
No.
Second
I
one,
wasn't. I didn't participate in that one. So this is my 2nd 2v2 tournament. This is actually Trey's 3rd
Mhm.
2v2 tournament. Trey having competed with Cathlon in the first 2014 bingo
And
tournament.
we won.
And then Trey and I came 2nd. So, whatever. But we lost to Calf, so I guess that's okay.
I should have stuck with Calf.
Just stuck with Calf.
I knew it.
Shadow Mario and I definitely would not have been that great, I don't think.
I think I remember Calf mentioning he had some communication errors with Shadow Mario at times. But I think they ironed those out in later rounds. So.
Well, considering they won.
Yeah.
They probably ironed it out.
You got to have at least decent communications to win grand finals of Lockout bingo tournaments.
I mean, I think Ramato has a shot at number 1, and he doesn't even use a microphone. So
Yeah.
Weird.
Mike is a huge game changer, and saver.
Danny has heard his voice before, though, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That's a thing.
What?
Yeah. Ramato has spoken
I thought
once.
not a single man has heard his voice.
No, I think Danny has, and
But Danny has the forbidden knowledge.
yeah, I wish I was
Insane.
Danny. Really.
Me too.
So the 2nd seed being Ramato and Danny, Ramato being from Finland,
Yep.
Yes.
and Danny being from Spain.
Yes.
All right. So there's They're all working together. They're all European. They get along. They've been getting along for years. They've been pretty much static bingo tournament, or not bingo tournament partners, but bingo partners for a while.
Yeah, they're a classic team.
Very classic.
European Speed Weeb Team Redemption Arc.
Exactly. So that's the second seed. It's a good second seed. Strong second seed. Third seed. Paper Ario and JJ. Now the talk starts.
Yeah, I think this one could be kind of debatable, maybe between you two and Paper Ario and JJ for third and fourth.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that.
Oh, what were you talking about?
I wasn't talking about the seeding.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like,
what do I think
like the
about
team
him?
itself.
Okay.
Like Paper and JJ. Because Paper, his static teammate for a while was SB Electric, or like his last tournament teammate and close buddy is SB Electric. So the fact that he went away from SB, or SB went away from him, or they parted ways is kind of interesting to me in general. And then JJ, I hope that JJ has stepped up his bingo game in general. Like
he has. I know that. Yeah.
He has.
He learned some blue stuff. You know, last bingo tournament.
Some of that blue stuff.
Yeah, he learned where some of the blue coins are. No, he played one.
So he knows he's more than just a pinner rush bot.
Like he wasn't.
Because last bingo tournament he was a pinner rush bot. He just like the reason that Trey and I beat Quan and JJ was because we went, oh, JJ's gonna rush pinna. This pinna sucks. We're gonna just double team Quan, and then we double teamed Quan and won.
I learned the hard way to never challenge JJ's pinner rush. I was like teaming with Paper one time, first time I ever teamed with him, and last time, and we got destroyed because I got sniped in pinner rush, and it was just over.
So for anybody that doesn't know, this is JJ SRL. This is second place in any percent, former world record holder.
Mm-hmm.
Like very recently got the world record holder, high on drugs.
High out of his goddamn mind.
On pain meds? What was it?
It was painkillers, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, they give you a huge advantage, right?
Definitely.
So yeah, that's him and Paper Ario. Old school player, or really long time player anyway. Not really old school, I guess.
Who, Paper? Or
yeah.
JJ?
Paper.
Paper's pretty damn old. He's older than me.
Well, no, I don't like old school players. Sounds like they use like old school strats. I'm an old school player using like really old strats.
You
Paper
determine
improves his shit.
An old school player by the strats they use?
Yeah, I guess so.
I
guess that's why
I talk strictly as like how long they played the game.
Yeah, Paper's long time player.
Started in 2012.
Performed very well in like outside of 2v2 tournaments. Because we've had, for people that don't know, we've had bingo tournaments, not just 2v2 lockouts. We've had like row control. We've had 1v1 like Connect 5. Like there are variants that we're not really going to go into right now, probably, but there are other tournaments other than the 2v2s that happen that are interesting to watch. The row control, you know, Oatflaker went 0-2. You know.
Yeah, we don't talk about
know,
that.
it happens. Sometimes you just go out like a buster, but it happens.
That's right. Just gotta take
row control can be rough. Do you want to talk about your performance in row control?
Okay. I lost to Deathline and Urinal Michael.
Yeah.
Urinal Michael, I think I chose the worst route, like slightly, but I still would have made up for it with my speed. But then I like really choked hard on right bell. I like lost. I fell down a couple times. I may have killed my Yoshi. I may have accidentally entered Serena while I was going to right bell, and then like had to exit area. But yeah, that was not a good look for the bingo god.
Yeah, see, the row control bingo tournament was like, I didn't watch a lot of them. I actually watched Oatflaker lose to Deathline. That was one of the only matches I actually watched, like the whole way through. Watching that match, or that tournament in general, like got the stutter step going. We were just like, oh, Oatflaker's a bingo god. Next tournament, he's going to be amazing. He has a 121 in any percent, but he's going to improve that. Now he has a 115. Really good player, great at routing. What the fuck? He went 0-2 in this one-off tournament?
Yeah, I think in the Deathline match, I think I just like got sniped like maybe 4 times in a row, going to the same things as Deathline.
People sleep on Deathline, but he can be a force to be reckoned with in bingo.
Yeah, he does enter all the bingo tourneys or most of the bingo events. Still, he's still kind of active in bingo. Not really an 8% anymore.
But yeah,
Lost him.
Paper and JJ, I think are going to be a good team. I think they're going to be.
I think so too.
I don't know. Like it depends on how much JJ's improved since the last bingo tournament, like specifically bingo wise, like bingo routing and stuff.
Paper and JJ definitely have really strong gameplay, but I feel like they're two very hit and miss bingo players teaming together, so it's going to be a very hit and miss team. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I see. I'm just thinking of the time Paper played with Bloodwhale, and Bloodwhale got really mad at Paper. So like,
that sounds about right.
I don't know. There are moments where Paper can be a really good teammate, but I think not being somebody that has played with him often. I've only played with him on a 3v3 lockout or blackout or whatever. He's sometimes not the easiest to team with. Based on literally that one match. He's kind of bossy, or he was super bossy. I hope Paper listens to this. But you know what? I'm just going to be straight up honest. I love Paper. I was in the
love
voice
Paper
call
too. I
with
love
him
his
the other day.
clarinet as well.
I love Paper.
Yeah, he's great at clarinet.
He's a great clarinetist.
I had no idea.
So
yeah, actually, in the 2014 tournament, one time he did commentary and he played out a match when it was over. You know, play us off, Paper. He plays clarinet.
That's epic.
And then it was super awkward.
It's tight. It was not awkward whatsoever. It was amazing.
It was great. It was my idea. I was just like, hey, Paper, you want to sit in the call and have a clarinet?
Like, sure,
yeah.
why not?
And then Trey and I commentated it, and then he played the clarinet, and then we were done. But yeah, I think that team should be pretty good. I wonder how they're going to coalesce. That's kind of how I'm looking at it right now.
We shall see.
I think
like, because a lot of these teams are just like not static. What's up?
I think Paper's probably going to still be the boss on Paper, JJ.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. But
I can't see a Paper team where Paper doesn't play the boss.
True.
I don't remember how our synergy was when I teamed with him one time, but that was the match where JJ destroyed us, so I don't really have a good example, I guess. So. Yeah.
Hey, Oatflaker and I teamed once in a bingo.
We did?
Yeah, it was an exhibition match last tournament, and I was just like, you know what? I want to try playing with Oatflaker one time, and Oatflaker was down, and then we just like kind of wrecked whoever we were playing.
Ooh, who did we play?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I just remember being like, oh, this is kind of nice, not having to, Trey is such a weight. You know,
Trey doesn't know anything about routing, and someone actually knows how to route here, so
Yeah.
this is nice.
Might have been
All
like
right, so that was
Popo or something. We played.
Somebody easy. That's all I know. So
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. So seed 4, highly
I'm on the edge of my
contentious.
seat to say this seed 4 right now.
It's average Trey and sided Williams.
Are you retired?
We haven't done a lot of bingo practice. We haven't played any bingos since last tournament.
And by not a lot, we mean literally zero.
We played 0 bingo.
No.
We were debating signing up for this tournament, and we ended up being like, fuck it. Let's just go. Let's pull an oat. Go 0-2.
Oh, okay.
And
We're not really gonna care. We're already washed up enough to where we don't really have anything to lose if we lose early on. So it's just like, show up, see what happens.
yeah.
Screw it.
So that'll be interesting. I'm fine with 4th seed. I'm glad that we're top 8 seed because of the
Yeah,
bye
so we
week.
get a bye. That's nice.
But because Ramato was talking to us, being like, "Oh, you're probably going to be like 4th to 7th seed," and we were just like, "Oh, okay." And your old Mike was just like, "Nah, like not that bad." It's like, "Yeah, 4th to 6th," and I was just like, "Okay, well that doesn't change anything."
Not 7 though. That's way too bad.
He's shortened it by 1. It's just like, okay, that doesn't really change much at all. So yeah, we ended up being there. So the next seed, like still talking about us being 4th seed, is Bry Guy SB.
Yes.
And
That is a solid team.
Definitely.
Bry Guy
solid.
is a really good router. He's really, really good.
I teamed with
I read
Brad Guy one time. It is actually a blast to team with Brad Guy. He's just fun to play with.
It
And
is
he
really
knows
fun.
a lot about the game. So
I think Bry Guy's probably the best router in the entire tournament.
He's got the brains.
I don't think it's me. It's
Yeah.
Bry Guy, honestly.
He even
Ramato-
knows. See,
Go for it.
Bry Guy knows how to play his opponent really well. Because when
Yeah.
he goes against opponents that are better than him movement wise, he will intentionally go for the second to third to fourth best option to be guaranteed to get those things and then work from there, which is pretty smart
Yeah.
if it works out.
Yeah. See, that's what we made fun of him for last tournament, though. It's just like, oh, we're playing Bry Guy. Well, I guess we're just going to also go for the second and third best option and just beat him to it.
Oh, yeah, they're Bry Guying it? Okay, I'll leave the best thing.
Yeah.
Here
It's
we
like,
go.
oh, we're just going to Bry Guy it? Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, they're Bry Guying that?
That
Go
is
ahead.
the anti-Bry Guy strat. To not do the best thing.
hmm
Just snipe
You got to
people.
read him, though. It's all about
But
reads.
then he could big brain. He could big brain and go for the best thing. You know?
Good.
Is he there yet? Does he do that?
Nah. I mean, he would have to
No?
expect you to anti-Bry Guy him. And I don't think he would expect your team to do it.
He would have to go for the thing that he would expect the other team to get if they knew he was going to not Bry Guy it.
I'm already.
I understood that sentence.
But yeah, Bry Guy is one of those guys. He's not like, again, he's not the greatest at the game itself, like gameplay wise, but he's he's like Oat said, one of the greatest routers. Ramato has, I don't know. Ramato hates the way I speak about Bry Guy, or like how I underrate Bry Guy. Gameplay wise, he really hates that. It's just like, you talk shit about my boy Bry Guy every single time. So let's see how that goes. He's teaming with SB, who's a storied. I'm shocked that SB is actually participating in this bingo because he's been kind of low on bingo in general lately.
Has
Just
he?
opinion. Well, I thought so. I to be fair, I haven't really talked to SB specifically about bingo, but
I feel
thought
like
that
I feel like he's pretty active in SMS in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came in
doing his first.
second in the row control tourney,
Mhm.
which wasn't too long ago.
Did he get? Yeah, it was Ramato who
Mhm.
double eliminated him in grands.
Yes. Something like that.
We won winners bracket,
Yeah, he did.
so good job to SB there. But I thought that his opinion of that, maybe we'll talk to him at some point and figure that out. But yeah, that'll be a good team. SB being pretty good teammates with Paper and stuff, and Bry Guy being just, from everybody's perspective, especially you, like you guys even just reiterated it. Everybody who teams with Bry Guy is just like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
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 Great to team with Bry Guy. I've never teamed with him, so I wouldn't know. But I don't play bingo a lot.
He
My
makes
short
it
list of-
simple to like play with him. Like he doesn't, you know, it's fun. It's kind of lighthearted. He also does like most of the thinking for you. So
Yeah.
it's pretty relaxing.
That's always good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never played with Bry Guy. Like I only have a very short list of people that I'm willing to even like do exhibitions with, because I don't want to like, I don't know. I don't like playing bingo really all that much at all. So when
Wow, okay.
I do, well, not lately. Like it's
That's
just
fair.
a lot. It's not that I don't enjoy doing it. It's that there's a lot of prep that goes into playing bingo, and if I'm not up to snuff, I don't really feel like doing it.
I go through random phases of really being into bingo, and then I'll go like an entire year of not giving a shit about it.
hmm
And then it comes back to me at some point. I'm also not really into bingo at the moment. So when the tournament starts, we may not be like totally on our game, but we'll see what happens.
But maybe we'll wake up to something.
Yeah. Well, actually, we'll get sent to losers bracket, and we'll awaken, and our bingo senses will come back.
Maybe
Yeah, we'll become the phoenix we were always destined to become.
maybe you'll actually practice. You know,
Maybe.
I
do
doubt
a
it.
scrim.
What's your opinion of bingo right now?
I like bingo. It's fun.
Oh,
I did scrims yesterday, I think. Me and
Yeah.
Neb did a scrim versus Paper JJ, and we almost won. Almost. It was like we lost 13-12.
Mm.
I've been
Who was your teammate?
Nebulad,
Oh,
Big Neb.
who
the new Canadian.
yeah, who seeded number 8 or something.
Yeah,
Seventh
we'll
or
get
eighth?
to him. We'll get to him.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to him.
Okay.
But seed 6, we have Urinal Mike and Larvitar, team, I'm assuming Final Fantasy 15?
This is an interesting seed.
FF15?
I guess so.
This is an interesting seed because You don't look at that seed and go like, great players. I'm just
nothing
gonna be honest when I'm
immediately-
talking about this. I can't not be honest.
It doesn't
Yeah.
immediately strike you as like, oh shit, that's a tough team. But
But they're
Yeah.
like Larvitar has proven himself over the past few bingo tournaments, like one-off bingo tournaments, that he's a great router.
Mhm.
Pretty good.
he's pretty smart. So a lot of European players like Larvitar they have this like intuition with this tech that is a bit controversial, but it is legal, called delay clicking,
Oh yeah.
where you can actually, when you get a goal, you can opt to not click it immediately and sort of secretly hold it ransom and click it at a slightly later point, and it'll give the other team less information as to where you are. But it's risky because if they get it before you click it, you screw yourself. So
Amato,
He's
the
good at that.
main user of that, the pioneer of delay clicking.
all the
Definitely
European
Amato.
players seem to do it. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think they're all copying Ramato. He's the
Yeah.
European role model for bingo.
For bingo,
They
yeah.
all look up to him.
I think didn't Samu and Dutch J last tournament do it to a point where they screwed themselves over?
I'm pretty sure they did. They did it so much they had to have at some point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that happened. I don't remember specifically how, but I remember being like, yeah, they delay clicked everything, and you know what? The other team eventually got some stuff. I was like, yeah, okay, that kind of makes sense. But yeah, Urinal Mike also running this tournament in accordance with Ramato.
And I feel like Urinal Mike is like rank 1 in terms of most passionate about bingo.
Yeah,
He
I
just
would
loves
agree.
bingo.
he does. He does. I respect it.
I remember when I was playing bingo, like not lockout, but just like row bingo, just connect 5 on a page a few months ago. Urinal Mike was playing like every single match. I think I lost like 1 to him, but he was very passionate about the game. That's all I really remember. But yeah, he's always around. He's always talking about bingo. He's always hyping it up. And I'm assuming he's gotten better. That's kind of where I'm
I'm
at.
sure he
He's
has.
definitely gotten better. He's always talking. He's always talking trash. Like, don't underseed me. Don't like if you don't have Urinal Mike Larvitar in your top 4, you're making a mistake.
Oh, I still need to make my bracket too. Everybody should go to the challenge and make their bracket, like make their
Yes.
predictions.
I'm just like so demotivated to make my own bracket because I know I'm going to be totally wrong. It's hard to predict
put- We'll
What if you're
put
not?
the link for the challenge in the description in the YouTube video for this podcast, so that
Yep.
so that you guys can make your own predictions based on us talking about it or your own thoughts. Maybe you know more about bingo than we do, but
Are we just going to cover our thoughts on the first 8 seeds?
I don't know. We haven't gone through the 8 seeds yet.
Yeah, we're on 6, or soon to be 7.
We're almost on 7.
Any more
I don't
thoughts
know.
on Urinal Mike or Larvitar?
I think they're a creative team. They're not the fastest, but I think they'll probably outroute a lot of top teams. They'll get some upsets, I'm sure.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we got Pago and Shadow Mario. Pago Nodder.
Ooh.
Shadow Mario 27, a member of the winning team the previous official tournaments.
Mhm.
But he's been
7th
pretty
seed.
inactive recently, so that'll be interesting to see.
Does anybody know why he picked Pago Nodder as a team, or why
I
Pago
have
Nodder asked
no
him?
I
idea.
think it was Poganator approaching Shadow Mario, the PS teammate.
That is interesting, though, right?
It is definitely interesting. I'm pretty sure Shadow Mario would not have entered the tournament if Pago didn't ask him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Shadow Mario is just super go with the flow. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll join the tournament with you. You asked.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever. Calf went up and asked him last tournament, like, hey, you wanna be a really powerful combo that haven't really talked to one another even? It's like, oh, sure.
If you have the balls to approach Shadow Mario 27, he too will team with you.
Yeah, maybe. Who
Probably.
knows?
I don't know about that,
Probably.
but yeah.
I mean,
I-
Poganator got him, so.
What do you think about 7?
Oh my god.
See, this seating is probably the most confusing. Not that I debate that they should be 7th. It's just like, who the fuck knows what they're gonna do?
Yeah, it's pretty random team. It's hard to predict because you got Shadow Mario, who's a previous winner of 2v2, and Poganator, who's not that great of a player, but he's done a lot of bingo, and he's gotten better over the past year. He's probably on like a similar skill level. Rasmus?
Who's the router of the two of them?
Don't know.
Yeah,
really
that's
don't.
what I was thinking. I think Shadow Mario might be more of the router.
Probably collaborate, you know.
Yeah, because like Calf and Shadow Mario winning the last tournament, I still don't know who the router would be in that duo.
I don't know either. They probably just
Probably pretty even.
Yeah.
So they just like talk to. They're like Trey and I. Trey and I just kind of like battle with one another about what we're gonna do.
We spend like all the time before the court case cutscene just sort of arguing.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh shit, we gotta pick something. Okay.
Yeah. And then we just kind of eventually. We do have a recording of our pre-match babble.
For the specifically for the Quan and JJ match, which was one of our better matches that we barely won. I have like an unlisted video linked in the uploaded video of the match where you can actually hear our like banter, like you said.
Yeah.
And it's pretty interesting to listen to if you want to, I guess. It's there. So
we just argue. We just argue with one another until we just figure it out. We just go like, fuck you, Trey. And then we just
we
go.
both say fuck you, Trey, and then we do our own
thing.
Eventually we figure it out though. We fight with one another for like 2 minutes and then go like, oh yeah, this is a good idea. And then we go with that.
It's hard in Lockout Bingo though, because you almost never go with your initial idea fully. Like you'll go to something at first, obviously, but as soon as the other team clicks something, you're likely to switch up your plan based on what they do. So
yeah,
you're always recreating your initial idea.
Or your JJ. See, that's the both simplicity and predictability of a JJ team, where they go like, oh, well, JJ is going to be going to Pinna, and the other guy is going to be doing probably the fastest other thing.
Yeah.
That's how we beat JJ Quan so well. But yeah, like it's nice to be able to fall back on a player that's really consistent at something, but it's also really predictable for the other team for you to do that. So I don't know. It's one or the other.
I think you guys have a unique and fun team dynamic in that way. Where,
it's fun.
Oh, it's definitely fun. We have a lot of fun playing bingo with one another.
It's definitely
anyway.
It's more fun to route along with somebody than to just like route for the other player.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm sure you do that a lot. So.
Yeah.
I think with the bingo team, you kind of have to have mutual respect for one another. Like, I understand that Trey's good at the game, but I also be like, hey, Trey, shut the fuck up. I'm talking.
Your Bianca sucks. Anyways, here's what we're doing.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, sure. Whatever you're saying, Trey. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people, especially with Trey being like some sort of name. Trey, you're some
kind
sort
of a big
name.
deal.
Yeah, you're kind of a big deal.
Some people know.
I feel
I
like
got a podcast.
Yeah, we have a podcast. I feel like some people teaming with Trey would be like kind of shy to argue with him, or like maybe specific people, maybe not Trey specifically, but like there are people definitely in the community that are just like, yeah, I'm just gonna like stay quiet and not fight with him. Trey and I have a very good like back and forth with our.
Little do they know that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, just like I actually know that Trey sucks balls, so. So I'm willing to fight with him on every thought that he has. But yeah, you kind of have to have mutual respect for one another in order to fight with one. See, that's why it's weird for like for newer teams that haven't made a name yet. So you don't know what their team dynamic's going to be going into the match. And if they're going to like maybe their potential is really good as a team, but maybe one would shy away from actually speaking up.
Yeah, I have zero reads on Pogo and Shadow Mario. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I have no idea. I think Shadow Mario's... Yeah, you don't know either?
Nah.
I think Shadow Mario is probably going to take charge a lot.
Or maybe he won't. Maybe Pogo will take the reins. And
I think Shadow Mario is going to take the reins. And
we'll see.
I think they're going to perform underseed. That's my prediction for them.
Oh, damn.
I think they're going to get like 10th.
think I might have had them beating no, I had them losing to Quan Libre. That's like the debatable one of the more debatable matchups when you make your bracket. Quan Libre versus Poco Shadow Mario.
Dude, literally every tournament, Quan tries to act all cool and like, keep in mind, I'm not playing at all right now. But Quan always does well. Like, shut the fuck up, Quan. We know you're actually good.
I know Quan like approached Libre as a teammate, but like with the condition like we're having fun. We're not try harding.
Yeah.
But I think they're still gonna get some wins though. Like Quan
And
Libre.
obviously Libre's been around so long. He knows stuff about bingo. So
Yeah. Hopefully I rubbed off on him a little bit.
oh, I'm sure you have.
And they can beat
Totally.
Pogo Shadow Mario.
And then the final of the teams that get buys, seeded number 8, we got Nebulad and RSW.
Rasmus SW.
We know his name now, Rasmus SW.
Yeah. We say his name correctly now. So
Not RW.
Nebulad pretty new. I don't know how active in the bingo scene he is, but he does have a better any percent time than me, even though he's played for less than a year.
He's
And,
Played for like 2 days.
Yeah. Nebulad's pretty active in bingo recently. He's been trying to get good at a lot of stuff. He's been learning new routes, asking me questions about routing and stuff. I think
That's good.
they're a decent team. I don't know much about Rasmus, but I'm sure it'll be good. Probably.
I think Rasmus is okay. Rasmus is one of those, like Urinal Mike, very passionate about bingo. He really likes bingo, which is a great sign to get good at bingo. Like with anything in life, if you enjoy it, you're probably going to get better at it.
Of course.
Yeah, I think we all picked up Sunshine because we like Sunshine in the first place. So
Yeah, I started playing it because it was around.
all right, you guys were different. Never mind, I'm the only one.
Yeah,
That was a bad example.
like Oat was at a sleepover. I was just like sitting there going like, I own this game, you know.
All right, so never mind what I said, but I think for most people that's probably the case.
Probably. Well, that's why everybody ran Luigi's Mansion 3, right? Because they loved the game.
Super passionate about Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah,
sure.
They played it when they were a kid. They came to it later in life, and then they went, you know what? Let's speedrun Luigi's Mansion 3. It wasn't that they wanted to speedrun it day one for no reason, right?
You see, I think that's why I almost considered for a brief period Mario Odyssey because it was Mario, but I don't see myself ever running a game that I didn't grow up with because I feel like a prerequisite to me running a game is I have to have that initial like nostalgic attachment to it to some extent.
See, wait, you have to grow up with it?
Well, not exactly. It had to be like a game
That you
if
like?
it's a new game, I don't know. I just don't see myself putting the time into a new game to get good at it for some reason.
Yeah.
Like a game you grew up with, you're more likely to like look back on and have a better overall view of it and like decide if it's actually good to run and whatnot.
Yep.
But speaking of that, this is a good transition into. So, we know you run a lot of Sunshine. That's what you're known for,
Yes.
specifically bingo.
Mm-hmm.
But are there any other speed games you've ever considered picking up?
Oh.
Death Stranding.
No.
Other than Death Stranding,
Of course, that's my number one choice.
obviously.
I've done 2 runs of Super Monkey Ball 2 story mode. I'm like second to last on the leaderboard. Pretty impressive.
Hell yeah.
Great.
I think that game is like really cool, but I'm too wrapped up in Sunshine to like play any other games. Honestly, Pikmin 2 is another one I've looked at.
Would you think you'd be like splitting your focus too much if you tried to play another game?
Yeah, there's still like a lot of goals I have in Sunshine that it would just like take. I would never get to those if I played a different game.
Well,
Right.
like, why not take advantage of the fact that you have an extremely fast load Wii, you know? Why not get as good as you can
Oh,
at Super Mario Sunshine?
yeah.
You want to talk about that at all? You want to
my
acknowledge
Wii?
that? Yeah,
I think
your console.
I I'm not exactly sure how fast it is. Like, I've done some comparisons. I know that it's definitely fast, but like, it's not as fast as some people think it is. Like, on most Delfino loads, I save like 2 frames on average.
Oh shit!
Which is actually
Damn.
that's a lot over the course of the whole run. But like, not insane.
Wait. Is this like one of those newer black Wii's?
It's a black Wii. Yeah.
I got a black Wii too. I swear. Okay. I think the color is irrelevant. It's just that like simply put, the better quality your disc reader and like the newer it is, it's probably gonna load faster on average.
Yeah, it's about the disc reader.
And like typically when you get a new Wii, you get one of the black ones. Those just always seem to be on eBay for some reason. So
That's where I bought my Wii.
yeah, that's where you get them.
And for anybody who doesn't know the deep nuance of Super Mario Sunshine speedrunning, we don't go based on in-game time or anything like that. We go by in real life, live split. You start the timer, you split manually or by Trey doing auto splitter or whatever. Anyway, you basically split manually.
I'm not the only one who uses auto splitter.
Yeah.
Present.
But
It's the future.
but you split manually, and in-game time doesn't, like, it matters, but it doesn't matter really. And load times actually factor in. That's why I had to change to NTSCJ than NTSCU. Because you actually save load times.
That
with
is
it,
literally like the one reason why Jay's the fastest is load times.
And Oatflaker actually has a Wii that is faster loading than pretty much everybody else. So
Yeah, I haven't. When I've done like my comparisons. I've like compared it to Shadow Mario and like Nanashi. I've never found anybody that had a faster load than me.
Did you compare to me?
No, I should. I definitely should.
Because like,
You have the black Wii?
also, I think over time your loads might get slower just through usage of your Wii.
I think that's definitely true.
So I wouldn't worry about it too much. But actually, for now, you got it good. So take advantage of that.
I do.
my Wii fell off a shelf at some point, and the front of it's kind of shattered. How much does that factor into load times?
You're fucked.
Yeah,
You're
I think
fucked.
you're done. Nah.
Like you shouldn't even have switched to J. Shouldn't have. No use even homebrew.
Now that you use J, it's like on par with you. It's that bad.
As long as your disc reader
Anyway.
is fine, I'm sure you're fine.
So while we're still on Oat, we've done the first 8. Nebula had RSW for like the ending of that.
Mhm.
I don't know. They seem like they'll do okay. Nebulad's a really strong player. RSW is pretty passionate about bingo. I don't really have any complaints about that team. But back to Oat. Do you have, like, with every person that we have on this podcast, we ask what their gaming resume is. You've been before, like, at the beginning of the podcast, you were talking about how you basically only play Sunshine. Do you have anything other than Sunshine to put on your gaming resume? And if not, what are your gaming resume achievements for Sunshine?
I have played some other games. Dota 2. I played in like my entirety of high school. Played that game for like 5 years straight.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was like above average. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was
Okay,
never great.
that's pretty resume worthy.
Yeah, I was above average.
Above average at Dota. All right.
My MMR was like 4K, which was above average.
4K
Yeah.
resolution MMR. I respect it.
Yeah, sure. You put 5 years into Dota, but how many hours have you put into Minecraft?
Oh, that's not that many. Not really.
Okay.
I
So
can't put that
you're
one
saying
on my
Booga.
resume.
You're saying Booga. To reference another episode, you saying Booga wouldn't be impressed by how many hours you put into Minecraft.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry,
I'm
I'm
trying to
referencing a
impress
specific
Booga
episode.
here,
You probably
so pick carefully.
yeah.
I maybe have like
Sorry,
maybe 50 hours in Minecraft ever.
I'm just making fun of Phoenix because all Phoenix said was just like, I have this many hours in this game and this many hours in this game. We're just like,
I think we
I
just
talk
word,
about
I think
hours.
we worded the question poorly. To be fair, probably.
no, we didn't.
I'm trying to make Phoenix look better. You know what?
No, no.
Okay. You're
Anyways,
right.
sorry to interrupt you. Oat. Let's go.
I have like it's like 3,000 some hours in Dota. Put into hours.
It's a lot of hours.
Yeah, it is. Other gaming achievements. You know the game 2048?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, like the old mobile game. Some people play on
Puzzle
desktop.
game. That was huge when I was like in high school.
I play that a lot. I like whenever I'm doing something idly, like if I'm just watching a video, I just like have 2048 on the side in a different window, and I've been playing it like on and off for like a couple of years. Not a couple, like
Damn.
4 years, honestly. My highest tile, like 32,000.
32,000. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was curious what your highest tile was, but damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Before Oat continues, I have no idea what the fuck that game is.
Okay. It's a pretty dumb game.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll look it up.
It's not
Maybe I'll look it
the greatest achievement on my resume, but it's something.
I got to tile 3 million. Right?
Yeah.
I played that game for like, a couple weeks. I managed to get the 2048, which is like a win, quote unquote, but never 32,000. That's pretty insane.
Mm-hmm. I played Hearthstone for a while. You know that game?
Yeah,
Yes, I
my
do.
brother played that quite a bit.
Card game. I was never that great at it. My highest rank is like 4, which isn't that impressive. But I could still put that on my resume, I think.
Sure.
Fourth in Hearthstone, okay.
Mm-hmm. And then I think it's just Sunshine left. So
And what would you say are your proudest achievements in Sunshine?
I'm very proud of my any percent PB. 114.56. Even though I did skip the cutscenes, so it's not on the leaderboard. But
We'll give it to you, even though it's not official, quote unquote.
Oh, okay, thank you. I'm very proud of that 114. That was like a very big goal of mine for a long time. Got 20 shines world record. I think that's in my Twitter bio, right?
You have it still?
I still have it because nobody's
Oh,
played
shit.
the category since I got the record.
Where the fuck's Syrup?
Syrup, we
Fuck's
need
Syrup
you.
at?
Canada.
I wish, man. I wish you would return.
You know what's
Yeah.
funny is that when you were in my chat that one day, like asking if 20 shines could be a main category, I totally forgot you even had the world record in that category. And then Ural Mike or someone was like, he just wants a main category because he has the record, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh shit, I can see between the lines now. Oh, fuck.
Okay, that's you might have gotten me a little bit there. Like, I do want 20 shines on the main board. It would be cool to have a main category world record, but mostly I like the category, and I think it should be on the main board.
It was main back in the day before we had category extensions.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
I don't. Yeah. That's like a very messy topic. To
We're
go
opening up
into.
a whole nother can of worms there. Let's move
I'll
past that.
close that
Yeah.
can then.
Okay. What more, I was gonna dive into it a little bit, but yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Oat. More. Let's talk about Oat.
More.
20 shines. I got a record 120, 10th place. I think 10th place.
Respect.
It's okay. I think my potential is much higher.
What's your time?
305. 305.
Okay.
I think my potential is
PB
much
can be
higher.
rough in that category because obviously it's a long category and
A lot of chances.
messing up in Sunshine is
Mistakes.
pretty easy to do. So
Yeah.
Top 10's improved in 120 shines.
dude, top 10 used to be like literally free in 2014. Kenny Cola had top 10.
Top 10
Anyway.
has been like the same for the last like 2 years, almost. Kind of. It's been like
120?
305, I think. Yeah,
What about Guy coming out in the woodwork?
There's Guy.
Come on.
guy.
SB got really good.
True. Paper, I guess then it wasn't that good.
We got more
Years
sub
ago.
3ers now that this new routing
right.
came out.
You're right. My bad.
Only person to get sub 3 with a shitty route, by the way. Not to brag.
It strays a little bit from talking about sub 3 specifically, like asking actually Trey, not asking really. Maybe Oat has a take on it. Was sub 3 like a huge mental barrier for 120 shines?
For me?
Well, just in general, because you got sub 3, and then nobody got sub 3 until a year later with Nanashi, who ended up getting what, a low 258 now,
Yeah.
or a high 258. I don't know what he actually has at this moment, but
258,
was Nanashi
29.
like going through the sub 3 barrier, like the mental block break for the
Dude, I
community?
have no clue what Nanashi was doing. Because he had a 3002 or something?
It was 3 flat, I think.
3 flats. Was it literally 3
yeah,
flat?
2 seconds away.
Like, he literally had that time for like months and just wasn't playing at all. And I had no idea why. It's like, why wouldn't you just like push for record at that point? But maybe something came up for him. Maybe his schedule changed. I have no idea. But I would say that to some extent, it's hard to argue that me getting sub 3 didn't help weaken that mental barrier, because like, oh, sub 3 happened now. It's not as crazy as it used to be. Kind of like sub 140 and 120 star in Mario 64. When that happened, it sort of opened the floodgates for like all the other top 64 runners to get it at some point. But I think that the fact that no one beat my time for like a year mostly came down to the fact that 120 shine sort of comes in waves, and there was sort of a drought in top level 120 play after I got that time. Like Shadow Mario kind of stopped playing, so.
But like everybody started becoming active when, or a year later after, because the sub 3 push was really, really strong after Nanashi got sub 3. Like for some reason, Nanashi getting sub 3 pretty much inspired everybody to get a sub 3.
And that could have partially been because there were like a few route changes, like Beach Shine Early came around during that time period.
Shout out to Sid.
Shout out Sid. We found like really easy setups now, so it's pretty much free. Like it's funny, when I made the 120 video, this was before people started doing it in runs. I was like, theoretically, you can do this crazy skip and just narrowly avoid this soft lock, and it's crazy. But no, it's pretty easy now.
Yeah. You just gotta, hey guys, you just gotta realize that the unloaded Piranha Plant hitbox has a slightly closer hitbox for no fucking reason, guys. Come on. All you have to realize.
Sid seems to understand these unloaded Piranha hitboxes extremely well. It's insane.
It's fucking weird. They're weird.
Good game, I'm out.
Yeah.
Program.
So you're gonna push for sub 3 yourself out?
I want to, yeah. I made some tweet like, I'm gonna get a sub 3 and sub Diddy and 80% before summer. So
that's the dream.
I have to follow through now. Yeah. I think after you got sub 3, Shadow Mario also like started playing 80%. He was like, oh,
yeah.
The clout of getting sub 3 first is gone. Might as well just get.
Dude, I wanted that clout.
Record.
I wanted it so badly, and I was 90% sure Shadow Mario would get it first. He just had so many more solid runs than I did. My run was like kind of a fluke. Like it was legit. Legit. It really came out of nowhere because I still had a 301 at that point. And Shadow Mario was getting several runs 2 hours in that were like on easy sub 3 pace. I almost never got that to that point. And then just one day, that one run came together. Would have been a lower 259, but then the fruit machine happened, but then just barely made it. So, yeah. Back to Oatflaker. Enough about my dick riding. Right?
I almost want to call Shadow Mario like the Reed of 120 shines.
Wait, why?
Okay, I wouldn't disrespect him that much.
Yeah. I don't know,
what you're saying is he's really good at early game, and then he kind of chokes in late game.
He chokes a lot. He's choked a lot of good runs. Like
I choke a lot too.
Yeah, I mean,
I just didn't choke that one run where it really mattered, thankfully. So,
I mean, I feel like Shadow Mario's been on a lot of paces like that, but he never gets
when
it.
he came back to the category a few months ago, he was getting like easy peasy 258 pace a couple runs in a row, and then he just choked it and just gave up. He could get it any day now, but
it's stressful, man.
Dude, I know. I had to stop playing it after sub 3. Like, you got to stop at some point. And that was like my ultimate milestone achievement. I don't see a reason to push beyond that for me personally. I think that's up to the new generation to do, in which they already started doing, like Guy and all them.
Like,
but it's literally, it's so stressful when you're on good pace the first hour. You're so stressed out the next 2 hours, it can't be good for you.
like, it goes back to our conversation about, like, caring. Like, if you care enough and you're on good enough pace, it like hurts.
Yeah.
Like you said it before also, it's like you don't want to have to be doing this run, but like you have to commit to it.
You're just like, I want this run to end.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be doing this right now. Like I'm a minute ahead and it's a great run, but like internally you're on fire.
It's like, fuck, I gotta keep this up for the next hour and a half. Here we go.
It sucks.
Every time I do a 120 run, I get halfway through, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I'm like, it's not over yet. Like, what am I doing here?
It requires a totally different mentality than 80%. 80%, you can. It's not as long. I know, shocker.
Of course.
Wait.
I know, but it's like not to the length where you have to have as much of that sort of endurance mindset. It's more so just like boom, boom, boom. I got this sick beginning after like a million resets in early game. I have to like just clutch it out the next 30 minutes and I'm good to go.
Marathon.
It's insanely tough, but it's a different mindset totally. So
yeah, you just got to start breathing. You're just like, okay, I had a really good start. Don't just breathe. Like you can fuck up some things. It's fine. Just don't let it affect everything.
Whereas 120, it's like, okay, I'm an hour in, it's really good, but this doesn't mean shit because I still got 2 hours to go. So here we go.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
You're just trying to calm yourself down, essentially.
And when I started playing 120, you know, back when it wasn't optimized in the slightest by today's standards, it wasn't always like that because you could afford to fuck up so much more. It wasn't nearly as stressful, and I just found it more fun, and the route was more fun. IMO. I'm a boomer. Sue me. But yeah, best of luck to your sub 3 grind, Oat. I believe in you.
I haven't had that the kind of stress in a 120 run yet, just because like I've never felt like I've had a run that's actually good that like meets my standards. Every run I'm on, I'm just like, man, this run is trash.
But dude, when you get that run,
yeah,
you'll know.
I know. I'm gonna hate it for like the entire 3 hours. Handshaking.
Gotta have a strong mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for anybody that's made it this far into the podcast, speed running
is when you go fast in a game, pick a game, any game, go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, check out my any percent world record history video. And Capelon exists. There we go. 3 for 3.
Capelon exists.
Boom.
Quota.
Triple quota.
All right. All right.
Sorry
Do you
about
guys want to go back to the seating for a second?
Sure.
I feel like we should do one more.
Okay.
Sure.
So seed number 9.
Oh yeah.
Who's that?
Sniper King and Tones Ballones.
Oh,
We should talk about this.
I wanted to do first 9. That's all I wanted to do. I don't know if we want to go further than that, but
I'm gonna be honest. I
This is
didn't
the
check
one-
who number 9 was. So, but now that I see who it is, I want to talk about this.
this is the one a lot of people have been talking about,
Mhm.
or more than the rest, I guess. Not a lot. I don't know. I haven't heard a lot about it. Seeding conversations. It's not like a huge thing, but Tones Ballones and Sniper King were seeded 11th last tournament, and now they're seeded 9th. Does
And they're
Oat have any
arguably less
thought?
active now than they were back then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's also true. Oat, do you have any thoughts on this?
Well, there were more people in the last tournament, weren't there? More teams. That's why they're seated higher.
How many teams were there last tournament?
More, I think.
Yeah, there's 24 this time, but yeah, I feel like there were more.
Yeah.
So Sniper King and Toads Ballones are very pro bingo people.
They like bingo.
They like bingo.
Mhm.
They for anybody who doesn't know, they actually did, was it not last SCGQ, AGDQ 2019, right?
I believe so, yeah.
They did the bingo tournament, or they did the bingo match, like Panga versus Sniper King with Tones Ballones on the mic.
They did.
I forgot that happened just right now.
I have not
Yeah.
watched it. I know I got a shout out during Wiggler. That's all I know.
I think you got like the one shout out.
Perfect. That's all I need.
That's all you need, yeah.
And even though Oat now is the Wiggler god,
I guess.
or
Yeah.
seen as the Wiggler god.
Dude, Wiggler's
We'll
stupid.
talk about Wiggler in a sec.
Wiggler's
I actually
really
want to talk
dumb.
about
Wiggler
Wiggler.
sucks.
Yeah.
But Sniper King and Tones Ballones, I don't know. I don't know where they should be seated.
It depends on if they give a shit.
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
I don't think they do. Yeah.
I'm surprised they signed up, to be honest, a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like they have a responsibility to sign up in every bingo tournament.
They are the Bing Bros, after all. They have
Yeah.
to sign up.
They're the Bing Bros.
It's I don't know what to think about them specifically. Like, I don't think they're going to do super well.
I don't think so either.
I think they'll at least win. I'm going to guess they'll go 2-2.
That's maybe.
Can't remember my bracket, but something like that. Either have them going 2-2 or 1-2.
Another detail of Sniper King and Tones Ballones, they're very pro GBS in Team Lockout.
which is illegal usually.
which is illegal. So for anybody that doesn't know about 2v2 lockout tournaments, Gelato Beach skip's actually banned because it just, or like any bingo whatsoever, Gelato Beach is banned.
Have
Or
we
Gelato
even
Beach
explained
skip
what
is banned.
bingo is this entire time?
I guess not.
We explained speedrunning before we explained what bingo was.
Yeah. So
But basically, bingo, you have a board of 5x5 goals. In Lockout specifically, it's in the 2v2 format. You got teams of 2, and you try to get the majority of the goals, which is 13, between your 2 members of your team.
mhm.
And only one person on your team has to get a goal. And when you get a goal, it prevents the other team from obtaining that goal. It locks it out essentially. So you can snipe players on goals and get them right before they do. And first to 13 out of 25 wins in this tournament. So
And for every bingo, GBS is banned. Gelato Beach skip is banned. It just makes every Gelato Beach centric goal broken.
Yes. Yes.
So like on bingo goals, on bingo goal sheets, there's Gelato 8's a goal, like cumulative turbo nozzles, cumulative rocket nozzles,
The Wiggler.
cumulative secrets.
yeah, but Gelato Beach
Coins.
Kid, you can literally get a free rocket, a free turbo, free everything. So
Yeah, and then every
Busted.
episode centric goal of Gelato, so like Sandbird or Gelato 8 or Riding Yoshi and Gelato, you can just kind of do GBS and go get it. So you, instead of removing all of those goals or like somehow balancing out, I don't know how Iced or Ramato would
that'd be
even do
almost
it.
impossible.
Yeah, it would be almost impossible to balance the cumulative goals in bingo around Gelato. So you just ban the trick outright. Like EYG, like people have argued that EYG should be banned too if GBS is banned, but EYG is
No.
not nearly as broken in bingo as Gelato Beach because EYG takes a minute. Like you save a minute, sure, but you don't get another shine. And getting a minute shine is really fast, and it only skips one episode. So
yeah.
It's-
UIG is
it's
super
like-
balanced.
you just weigh it back and forth. But GBS is just so overpoweredly broken.
And I'm also a huge fan of doing the watermelon.
Sure.
Well, that's not.
I love the watermelon. Unironically, it's so good.
The Lotto
I hate
8 is
it.
not in 2v2 anymore. I don't think.
It's not.
Nah, I don't think so.
I mean, that's fair because it takes forever to get. But
Yeah, like the most gelato progress goal is like I think gelato 4 Sandbird.
oh, not even Shadow Mario.
I don't know. I've never seen
Oh.
it. Like all the recent
speaking of
screens
that-
I've seen.
Are there any new goals that you think Sid and I wouldn't know about?
There are a
current
lot of
bingo?
new goals. You should probably
Oh, shit.
study up. There is like enter 6 pipes and collect their shines.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
do Serena and Pianta count?
Yeah. So Serena,
Yeah.
Pianta, like grass pipe and Delfino, gelato
Oh, that's
pipe.
cool.
Fully bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Serena 4 counts as 2 pipes, by the way, because of the casino pipe.
And Serena 4 Reds.
Yeah. Other new goals include like collect 50 coins from in 3 levels. So it's like
Yeah, that's a weird one.
it is, but it kind of like it makes routing kind of cool. You don't have to commit to an entire 100 coin. You just get 50 coins. in
Yeah,
3
but I know
levels.
hundos.
Sorry, Sid.
Like I see. I really like hundos. That's my whole thing in bingo. I just kind of, if you ever play against me in regular bingo where you just select your row, I will always pick the one that has 300 coin shines in it, even though it's horrible.
I respect
I
you
bet
for that.
that 50 and Serena 1's pretty interesting because you can just like get all the fast ones and then like BS the rest of them.
There are fast ones in Serena 1.
Yeah, like the ones under the hut and stuff.
I've never
I
thought
guess.
about that. I don't know how
So you
many
could just like
coins
get
there are.
those and then just like spray and pray and get the rest of them.
I was just,
You could.
I was thinking about Serena 1/100s as like spraying each individual coin.
No.
Just like-
I'm already the cogs are spinning for how to wrap 50 coins.
Well, it's good considering I can't. I'm apparently not thinking very clearly about this.
I'll be thinking about it all vacation, believe me.
Nice.
I think you gave me a good idea. 50 coins in Serena 1
No,
doesn't
Oh
even sound
no,
that
I'm
bad.
helping
No,
the number one
he's
seed.
number 1 seed,
Fuck.
Trey.
What have I done?
Trey's number 1 seed.
Yeah, we'll lose anyways. It's fine.
Their new goals include something. think one turbo
yes.
is a thing, right?
Which turbo?
One turbo nozzle.
Oh, okay.
I think that was a thing before too.
That's like super short if you know. I'm not gonna say what it is, but yeah.
Don't say it. He's number 1 seed.
I'm not spoiling anything more. Fuck you.
Okay.
Are there any matches you guys are looking forward to? I don't know if we want to go through the rest of the seeds. Like, there's a lot of players that I don't actually recognize at all. Like, Optimistic Emo and PK Frenchie are seeded 19th.
Actually,
Reed
about
and
PK,
Popo are 11th.
PK Frenchie and Emo. Frenchie can no longer participate because his PC had a boo boo.
Oh, yeah.
So Emo either has to team with someone else or solo it.
Nice.
Okay, how many teams? I guess question for both of you. How many of these teams do you think you could beat solo versus them? You first out.
I'm looking at the bracket.
Don't say any names if you don't want to, but just like throw out a number.
Switchmaster and Jeff. Switchmaster is actually pretty good, so I'm gonna say no. Can't beat them.
Poor Jeff.
He's getting there. Haru SRL Mutants probably could beat them 1v2. The Sniper Tones, I'm not gonna disrespect them like that. They'll
Yeah,
beat me.
they're come on.
I think Sniper
not
Tones
bad.
can maybe. Hold on.
DDoS Doge, I'm pretty sure I could do that. Deathline Rubber, I would lose. They're pretty
Okay,
good.
so for context, 1v2ing somebody in 2v2 lockout is extremely hard.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
you are extremely like.
Disadvantage.
I think it's crazy. One time Nocturne actually almost managed to do it. One time. I forget against who, but yeah, Nocturne, especially back in the day, was pretty damn good at bingo. So.
I remember years ago, I actually talked about this story like fairly recently with Trey, but we played an exhibition match. I don't even it was just a random match. It wasn't
Against
tied to any tournament, so it was
Sniper
like
King and
2016.
Alonzon?
Yeah, Sniper King and Alonzon versus Trey and I, and we just played them in a one-off. We ended up beating them 13-5, and they were just like. The ending remark was from them being like, "You guys aren't as good as we thought you were. You let us get 5 points." And Trey and I were just sitting there going like, "How? Like we can't stop you from getting everything." Like
Yeah, like you're gonna
just-
get some stuff we're not doing whatsoever.
like it's really, with that perspective, it's really hard to 1v2 a team.
Mhm.
Like there's just too many things you have to control as one person versus two, and you have to pay attention to both players. And I've never even attempted it. That's just
I would never attempt it either.
like I'm looking at this right now, and it's being like I could 1v2. I don't think I could 1v2 any team.
I could probably
Frankly.
only 1v2 a team of non-speedrunners.
It
Yeah,
requires
a dev
getting a
and
lot
somebody
of
else.
snipes. Like you gotta snipe the other team to a lot of things. To like most of your goals to hold your own. Definitely.
You know what? Just for the disrespect, I'm gonna say I could 1v2 Reed and Popo.
I hope you hear that, Rena Kobo.
Oh.
I don't think they listen, so
I
think
highly
I'm
doubt
safe.
they would hear an hour and a half into this podcast, but just in case,
Yeah.
you never know.
I mean, there are some teams
1v2
here
is
that
so hard.
like I've never heard of. Like I've never heard of either of the players. Like
And that's part of why I didn't make my own bracket, because I don't know how to rank that. But
I mean, you just predict them to lose and move
just
on.
win, yeah, lose. I don't know. There could be some hidden boss. I don't want to.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Dude, Tom Dollars and Jums. I didn't know either.
I was
of
just
those
looking
people.
at Tom Dollars. Dude, Tom Dollars is gonna make a statement here. Watch out.
I randomly saw Tom Dollars streaming on Twitch once under Sunshine after making my prediction. I saw he had like a 124. I was like, oh, that's
Damn,
okay.
dude, he could be pretty good.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So as for 1v2ing, I think like I could 1v2 two of these teams, maybe three. It's really hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Oats,
Say it again.
Oats really good though. I'll give that to Oat. Oat,
Yeah.
Oat being half of the first seeded team and bingo god,
Yeah. Thank you.
perhaps. I wouldn't be able to 1v2 anybody. That's an interesting question though.
Mm-hmm.
But are we done with the any more questions specifically for Oat?
Do you play any Tetris? You into Mario Maker?
Sorry. No.
All right. Do we want to go into my Mario Maker segment?
Yeah. I was thinking that, and also like the Mario Maker GDQ race we just watched.
Sure, we can talk about that. So Mario Maker. This is my update for Mario Maker. There's a new Ninja speedrun.
Yeah, Nintendo listened to us, and they're like, you know what, we'll put one out. Why not?
To be fair, when the podcast released, so we recorded last Sunday, and where we had the initial segment was me complaining about Mario Maker and the fact that they had no new Ninja speedrun. When the podcast was released on Tuesday, there was still no Ninja speedrun, so it was still apt. But the day after that, they released the Ninja speedrun finally.
Exactly, Nintendo heard us, like I said.
And it's pretty okay. It's whatever. It's another new Super Mario Brothers speedrun for some reason. I don't know why. They have 5 different themes, and one of them has been Link, and 2 of them has been new Super Mario Brothers. Like I don't know why they don't try another
They just
one.
want to appeal to Reed as much as possible.
Yeah, they're trying to just get Reed players, and yeah, it's not a hold right level, which is cool. You have to actually you have to fall down and route your way back up, which is interesting. I only grinded it the first night, got top at the time 70 time, and now it's probably top 500. But you know what? Considering I don't have to play the level ever again in order to get gold stars, I probably won't, because gold stars are so free, and I'm annoyed by it to an extent.
I think that for motivation, you should just not care about gold stars and just try to be the best that you can be.
Yeah, but I also am playing 96 shines and stuff, so whenever I'm I'm active in another speed game, so I'm like, I could invest 3 hours into this, or you know what? Maybe I could invest that time into maybe getting practice codes and grinding shines in Super Mario Sunshine. Maybe that'd be a good idea, or something. But yeah,
I would agree.
It's a good idea. Do you know anything about Mario Maker, Oatflaker?
Only from what I've watched on your stream.
Okay, it's a fun game. I enjoy it.
It looks fun.
But yeah, the new Ninja speedrun came out, and it's kind of interesting. So thumbs up, Nintendo. Stop being dumb. That's my bit. And so what kind of delayed the recording of this podcast? Not that anybody would know, except me admitting it just now. I watched Trey and I both watched the Super Mario Maker 2 blind relay race at the GDQ.
And I gotta say, they formatted it. I think they really perfected their format. I remember the first time they had a Mario Maker race at a GDQ. It was definitely flawed in a way because the format was they would go level to level and just go, when they finish a level, go straight to the next one, right?
Yep.
And that led to a team being entire levels ahead, and it was kind of a mess.
Yeah, I kind of liked the pause. They had a pause for donations in between each level, and they each started on the next level at the same. And instead of going through as fast as possible, they each got cumulative points based on the levels that they cleared first and stuff.
It was cool. Super well thought out because it was okay, finish the stage. Now we have a couple donations, and on to the next one. And also, they had a hard limit in case it took them too long of 8 minutes per stage. Only one time they went over, right?
Yeah, they only drew one time.
And it was barely, because they literally won the very next attempt.
Mm-hmm.
And they were well, technically they started after 8 minutes, so no point for them, sorry.
Dude, it's insane. Those guys are so good at Mario Maker.
Dude, after playing myself, I can fully appreciate how insane they are for doing all that stuff blind. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's blind Kaizo levels that I wouldn't be able to do in multiple hours.
And the Beast was definitely the MVP, I'd say.
Yeah, he's a great player.
The Beast was killing it.
I've talked about the Beast on this podcast a few times. The Beast is a great Mario Maker 2 player, and he's a thrill to watch play the game.
I followed him. I'm a fan now. I like the Beast.
Yeah. But yeah, it was teams of Barbarous King,
Barbarian,
and Orator, Ryu Carr,
Panga.
Carl Sagan, Grand Pooh Bear, the Beast, other people that I don't quite know the name of.
All the big names, pretty much.
Pangaea Panga. Why would I forget him? Pangaea Panga. Good guy.
Fellow Sunshine Runner.
But yeah, it's just a really cool thing to watch. I was watching the randomizer earlier too. See, the things that we're talking about aren't really speedruns. It's like what Trey was talking about last week. It's just do you think they're gonna add more showcase stuff, because today was pretty much all showcase stuff. There was a
I think,
Sekiro one.
I think it's already starting to happen. My theory,
Yeah.
I think they're gradually going to add a couple, sprinkle in a few more showcases here and there because they bring in views, especially on Saturday, the final day.
Well, I think the last day is just showcase stuff.
Like,
Because today was.
but you would think, as like a finale, they would finish off with the whole point of it, which is speedrunning. But it's like, no, we got these dope showcases that aren't not even speedrunning sometimes. You know, you got Guitar Hero. That's a rhythm game.
Yeah, where's my 100% guilty gear?
Yeah,
you know?
Where is that?
Where's my 9-hour Final Fantasy VIII run?
Yeah,
they did that.
Yeah, they did that.
They always do.
That is insane.
But yeah, I'm just wondering, like in the future, if like obviously the main point will always be speedrunning, but how many more little showcase dealy bobbers will there be? Who knows?
Just last day, like today, they had. From what I remember today, there was a Sekiro speedrun, there was a Untitled Goose Game speedrun, and there were 3 showcases that I remember. There was the Super Mario Maker 2 relay race or blind relay race that is kind of a speedrun, but it's not a speedrun. Like obviously it's a blind level that you haven't worked strats into or anything like that. It's not shit ton of prep. It's just kind of like these guys are really good at the game. Here you go. And then Guitar Hero, which is this guy is really good at the game. The thing about the Guitar Hero showcase, like sure, it's impressive to watch somebody play Guitar Hero, but it's kind of funny that on a GDQ stage or a speedrunning stage, they're playing the one game that everybody goes, you should not learn to speedrun this. Because that's
Only
the one thing.
Like, you
just
literally can't.
That whenever you learn about speedrunning and you're just like, oh, what game should I learn? And then everybody goes like, oh, you should play what you love. That's essentially everybody's blanket answer about speedrunning. But everybody goes, you should play what you love, but also don't learn a rhythm game because you can't really speedrun those. So that was a pure showcase, no speedrun whatsoever. Just of this guy playing. I enjoyed it. It was still him like using his elbow to strum and shit like that. It was
a lot of the very popular charts in Clone Hero.
Yep.
So they had like Solus 4. They had that one Sonic 06 one, Crisis City, all that stuff.
And then they had a donation goal for Through the Fire and the Flames.
Of course, the classic.
Yeah, but what's funny is that I was watching Through the Fire and the Flames, and they were going into it. They were prefacing it this way. It was the easiest song that he played.
Oh yeah, I watched the whole thing. I agree.
It's just like I only watched like the last 6 songs or something, but I joined in and he was just mashing the entire strum board for every single song except for Through the Fire and the Flames, which was like it's so interesting to watch that for 45 minutes or half an hour or whatever I ended up watching it, and then end with Through the Fire and the Flames, which for years everybody's going like, this is the hardest song ever, and then it's just like the easiest song of all the songs he played.
Well, it was the hardest song when it came out. And I actually remember early internet Guitar Hero days when I was super into Guitar Hero. I remember the days before TTFAF was ever FC'd at all, and just seeing I Am Chris for Life get like ever closer to it every day. He would like upload a new video like -6 note, -4 note, and it was just like inevitable it would happen. But people thought it wasn't even possible until I Am Chris for Life did it one day in like 2008, and it blew up. It was insane. So but nowadays it's like nothing compared to these crazy custom songs.
Yeah,
people are good.
And the guy Frosted or Frozen or whatever, Frosted GH, he was talking about like, oh yeah, it took me this long to full like FC it. Like one of the songs he was talking about, it took him 2 months straight to pass it. Like he passed the song entirely. But he's probably FC'd most, if not all, of those songs before, which is insane. But yeah, so like the showcases on the last day, Guitar Hero, Super Mario Maker. There was the Link to the Past crowd control randomizer, which definitely is not they had a timer on the screen and they had a 3.5 hour block that they were allowed to do it. But even during the segment, they were talking about like, he's not necessarily going to finish. Like you guys might fuck him over enough that he's this 3.5 hour timer is just going to expire and he's not going to finish. And you're sitting there going like, well, it's kind of a speedrun event. Like I thought that, just like it's kind of a speedrun event, but it is fun to watch. It's a nice showcase of this guy playing Link to the Past. I don't really like Link to the Past all that much, but it is fun to see him get fucked over 17 million times by however many bits people are being donated or donating in chat. So that's cool. But yeah, that's like the last day of GDQ now, which is fine because the first 6 days is random runs that you can watch and just kind of sit back and be like, oh, I've never seen this game, let's watch it. And then a Def hits it out of the park with his run of
Shout outs to a Def. I didn't even mention last episode when we were looking at the schedule. I didn't even see that he was on there or even at the event, and he had to run in. And I caught like the latter half of it, and he did a really good job. So
it was quote the perfect GDQ run.
Was a Def? What game was it?
I can't. It's
what was the game called again?
Nobody will blame me if you
Okay.
look up the name of the game, what the title is. It's like some random Japanese, like Hasuke or something like
I
that.
have no clue what it is, but it looked pretty dope.
Ayasuke, something like that.
A Def being the person who I actually did 2-player 1 controller with in Sunshine.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah.
I watched that
Famous.
stream.
Yep, that was a
It
good
was
stream.
definitely one of those GDQ runs that the runner made the run. Like,
Mhm.
like the run itself could be interesting to somebody that's playing the game, but the commentary itself was just so much better, or not better, just like so much. It elevated the run to another level. And
That's the thing about
it was
GDQ
really good.
runs that people don't realize is that honestly the commentary comes before the gameplay almost
Yeah.
always.
Definitely.
That's what I gotta work on. Is like I can bring the gameplay in my 120 runs or whatever, but commentary, making it interesting, can be the hard part for sure.
I just like GDQ. People have been ragging on GDQ and stuff. People have their reasons for disliking, like the charities that they give the money to, or like the wokeness of the Twitch stream or whatever. I really like GDQ for like one reason and one reason alone. It gives the each speedrun community their platform to put their best foot forward. Whether they during their run put their foot in their mouth, or really, I don't know, have the audience appreciate them or whatever. Like whether they put their best foot forward or end up putting their foot in their mouth during their run, they're trying their best, and that's what I really appreciate about GDQ. It's like their attempt to be like elevate their run or themselves or their community to something bigger, which is cool.
Next GDQ run I do, I'm gonna have a donation incentive for me to put my foot in my mouth.
No.
I like that
Think I'll,
idea.
think I'll reach that?
Yes. Actually, you definitely would reach it. I would donate
Oh,
for
God.
that.
What's your experience with? Do you watch GDQs a whole lot, Oat?
No, not really. I haven't watched much of this GDQ, but hearing you guys talk about it kind of makes me want to go back and watch some stuff.
I would recommend
like-
both the 3D Zelda runs I watched were really good. I actually watched Ocarina of Time from ZFG with Sid that one night.
Oh, it's great.
And I also
Great run.
watched Linkus do the Wind Waker, and it was actually fantastic. Like Linkus, his explanations have gotten better and better every year. Like he really explains stuff really well. And Gymnast was there too. You love Gymnast, so it was dope.
Yeah.
No gymnast.
One thing Trey and I tried to watch after we recorded the podcast last week, we actually tried to watch Gymnast's Skyward Sword run that was actually live as we recorded last week's podcast. So we joined halfway through. You have to watch that run from the start.
Yeah,
Skyward
halfway
Sword?
through watching it, we were just totally lost. It was like, okay, why is he doing
We
that?
have no
What-
idea what the fuck anybody was talking about. They were using acronyms I've never heard before, and I'm just sitting there as a speedrun quote boomer for however many years I've been speedrunning. I've seen Skyward Sword runs before. I had no idea what the fuck was going on,
Yeah.
and you just have to start it from the start.
Maybe I should have watched that one from the start because, like, Gymnast does a really good job explaining stuff, so I'm sure it would make sense to me if I watched from there. And also, I don't care about Skyward Sword that much in general, so actually knowing what's going on would definitely help.
Trey and I definitely quit watching that.
Yeah, we had to tap out, but I'm
Just
sure
like,
it was
I have
great.
Like, sure, I'm great. I like on some level, I know this run's great, but I'm not sitting through the next 45 minutes being lost.
Yeah, screw that. Oh, speaking of
And,
Lost, I had no idea what the fuck was happening in Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah, I don't.
I've never played that
fucking
game
know, man.
before. I'm like, okay, they're moving at a rhythm, and then they like enemies are there. Like, what are they doing?
I don't know if a lot of people have this issue, and I was talking with Trey about it. When you're doing a race of a random random seeded game, or a blind race of like Mario Maker levels or something, you shouldn't be able to see your opponent's TV.
Yeah, a little whack. I mean, even the Sunshine Bingo race, they set it up to where they couldn't see what they were doing. I mean, you have to for that. So
Yeah, so like, why not? Because the Cadence Fi rule race, I was sitting there and I could see the opponent looking at the other person's screen to like learn what was coming up, and I'm just like, this is bullshit.
That does sound pretty
Like-
bullshit.
Because the whole thing is they were at the start of the Cadence Fi rule stream, they had to put in a seed that neither of them have ever played, and based off that seed, because apparently the overworld and the dungeons are randomly generated based off seeds, and I didn't know that. Playing Cadence of Our Rule, maybe I'll replay it now that I know that. But yeah, they started the seed, and then immediately I started seeing both of them, not just one guy looking at the screen watching the other guy, both of them when they were on loading zones looking at the other person's screen, and I'm just like, what is this? What is this?
they're pretty
What is this
smart.
trash?
They both have the same seed, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That. I mean, it's normal to look at the other person's screen, but not. It does.
Like, why are
That sounds kind of.
why are they
up.
sitting in a position where they can see the other person's screen? That's my only question.
They probably just didn't bother setting up. I mean, they figure it's such a hectic game, you're probably not going to get a ton of information from screen peeking, but it is still kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my last thing about GDQ, like I there have been GDQs or like one GDQ where I haven't watched any GDQ whatsoever. I do really like just during GDQ week, just plopping on GDQ and having it run in the background. And maybe there's games I don't care about that will play in the background I won't look at whatsoever. But then there's periodically that one game that I've never heard of that comes on and goes like, oh, this is actually kind of nice. Like some of the 3 a.m. games or like midnight games, or just they put in the dead zone of the GDQ marathon that not a lot of people watch. I'm just sitting here either doing whatever, like playing Mario Maker or doing my Tetris dailies or whatever, and have them on in the background. And then I end up appreciating them and following the stream. And I don't know, I really like, those are the my low-key favorite parts of the GDQ runs. Like, they're not like putting a shit ton of effort, like, not that they're putting no effort in whatsoever. It's just the host is kind of lax, and the audience is barely there, and it's 3 a.m. or whatever, but still, whoever's playing that game is trying their best for the community that they represent, which is cool.
Dude, those low audience runs are some of the comfiest.
Yeah.
Agree.
It's comfy. That's kind of the best way to put it, I guess.
One final thought, I guess 2 thoughts really quickly. This is the GDQ I've actually watched the most runs of from GDQ in a while. And I actually found myself getting pretty invested in some runs too, which is crazy because I thought that a while ago, the magic of speedrunning kind of died for me. And I was like, yeah, I've seen it, I've seen it all. I know what they're going to do. But there were runs I was watching that I was like getting kind of giddy and excited about again. That was kind of cool. And then one final sort of unrelated note. You always see those like diagrams and stuff sort of showcasing why it's basically impossible to win the lottery, right?
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Well, that was not any better illustrated than gift sub randomness in GDQ chat. I've watched that stream quite a bit, and there's 100,000 viewers, so it's pretty unlikely you would ever get one, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But like 100,000, so people will like send these bombs of like 50 gift subs like all the time. It's like Poggers gift sub hype, whatever. I never got one.
Oh,
No.
I'm sorry,
And this is
Trey.
like, we're talking like
Aw.
several
So sad.
several 1 in 100,000 chances back to back to back. Never got it. The lottery is like 1 in 100 million. So yeah, you're never winning that shit. Don't do the lottery. Lottery sucks.
So unlucky, Trey.
You're never gonna win it.
Wow.
Thanks for that final thought. That was a great final
Lottery is
thought.
evil, boys. That's my message to you.
Nice thought.
So before we get off of it, the deaf game was Hebarike. That's what it was called.
Hebarike, I love that game.
Yeah. The Famicom game. I don't It was kind of fun to watch, but a Def definitely like.
A Def is
elevated that
definitely
level.
one of those classic game runners, mostly Mega Man, so that makes sense. But yeah, I think it's time to about wrap this up. It's been a long episode.
Has it? Okay, cool, awesome. I just talk.
Any final shout outs or thoughts you want to give, Oat?
Shout outs to Zoomers, everybody in Guy's Discord that's active. Al, Guy, Egg, Ned, other people I'm forgetting.
You are the new generation.
Yeah, and
Thanks for hanging out, dude.
that's it. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thanks.
That was cool.
And thanks for giving your opinion of the bracket so far. So for everybody that doesn't, whatever, I'm not going to say for everybody that doesn't know again, even though I just said it. Bingo tournament starts January 20th, or the week of January 20th. So there's going to be scheduled matches that week on twitch.tv/speedgaming, commentated by random people. I don't know how many restreams there have to be restreams.
There's
So-
several Speed Gaming alt accounts. I think it goes up to like Speed Gaming 6 or so. So
Yeah, there's a ton. I'm gonna
You
try and
got any of
commentate,
those?
by the way. I think I want to try and commentate this time around.
No way. You commentated one.
One.
Much,
I think.
I
Much-
remember you
to
commentated with
Paper's-
Ice one time.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
much to Paper's chagrin.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
Paper was like raging if he couldn't commentate.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
I remember
Anyway.
that.
Maybe another day I'll tell that story.
We'll get Paper on. He can explain himself.
Yeah, and then I'll just like tell to his face. I'll tell that story.
But yeah, thank you so much for listening, folks. Again, we're on Spotify and Google Play if you think YouTube's too much of a hassle. And yeah, have a good day. Have an average Trey. This has been Sid. And Oatflaker.
Bye.
Boo.
Bye.
Bye.